apply for NACA. NACA. NACA.
100,000. So you set up a bond for 100,000. That's all the insurance company does. Say, for instance, you have Progressive. Okay, you have Progressive Auto Insurance. They do a bond. Here's your coverage, $100,000. They write a surety bond. That's all you're going to do, but it's not a surety. You're putting your straw man as a surety in the liability, and if you happen to get in a wreck, you have a checkbook that can write that person a $10,000 check off of that $1 million bond.
But where would that money be coming from the account? If I leave tomorrow,
it comes from you. You pay for everything. When you go to do you work a job, sir? Who am I speaking to?
Tobias Bay.
Okay, Tobias, do you work a job?
No.
You don't work for no company or nothing?
No, I work for myself.
Okay. Most people work for a company. Okay. These people that work for a company, guess who pays them? The company doesn't.
Your Social Security.
They pay themselves.
And if you don't ask for the money, you don't get it. Sorry.
Your money comes from yourself.
If you had a question, I can step down for a second or let you go ahead and get it in.
No, what's your question? I'm trying to answer it.
No, I just heard somebody else. I don't want to be in the way.
Oh, that was just me.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I was just saying that specifically out of these law books that I've been reading, you can't see it because of my background, but it specifically says in here that if you don't ask for the funds, you don't get them. You have to tell them what you want.
That is correct. 100% correct, Starseed.
And I understand. I'm just trying to figure out if you can explain the process of how to apply it if something happens. That's all I was curious about.
Well, first you have to let them know that you're majority, that you're no longer living in the minor. And once you do that, once you have your paperwork in place, the only way to do that is through a revocable trust. That puts you as grantor and not liability. You're no longer held as a surety or in legis.
But I'm talking about if I actually hit somebody, right? Say the cops show up, I hit somebody.
Right.
How do I
get them a fucking check? The cops can't do anything.
But what check account and how do I set that up?
Because when you set up a revocable trust, it has to be through your bank account. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to set up the revocable trust, and you're going to have to start an account. And I did mine through my personal federal credit union. Okay? So that they would insure me for $1 million a year that I claim. So you have to have a bank
insurance
account.
Company is
so
the insurance company will have the money in the
bank account is what you're going to write the person. You're just going to ask them, how much damage do you think you have? He could say $50,000. You're going to write him the check for $50,000. Or you're going to take him to court and try to dispute it.
So when I write the check for the $50,000, if he goes and takes it to, I don't know, Bank of America or they'll be able to get the $50,000 in their account.
Correct. Yes.
So so when you do the insurance, they put the money inside of your trust account. It's actually
your
available where I can go to the ATM and everything.
Your trust already has it.
But it's available where I can go get $20 to go to get a Slurpee or whatever, daily stuff.
No, it's not like that.
That's what's
No,
confusing.
we're not thinking little people here. Listen, when you do this process, what you cannot do is, number one, you can never go to the ATM. If you go to the ATM, you'll be arrested immediately. You cannot draw out fake Federal Reserve notes, greenbacks. You can never do that. That's called fraud. Now you're in honor of contraband. Do you understand that money is fraud? You are the credit, okay? So you're putting a lien on yourself for the $9,900 billion, and you're going to claim it. Do you understand that?
Yeah, but I'm just lost on the part where if I hit somebody and I'd say I write them a $50,000 check, if the money's not available inside of the bank account,
the money
for
is
them to go to their bank and get it, then where is it available?
Yourself set up.
This is lawful money.
You're going to turn around and claim that. You're going to make sure that
the other person that I damaged, how can I make them whole by writing a check? Like, is the money going to get transferred from my bank to their bank? I guess to say it.
Correct, because your trust has to stay in honor. And then you're going to turn around and make your account in honor. As long as you stay in honor, that's all that matters. I think
what if the other bank doesn't accept my check? Then, where do I go from there?
I think you have a lot to learn. I think you're at the beginning of the stage. And I think you really need to understand who you are, where you need to be, and how the banking system actually works. I think you need to read a Banker's Secret Manual. Read that first. And also read Fruits from a Poisonous Tree. Read those two books, and you will come on board understanding what I'm saying to you.
That's what I know you've read it, obviously, and I don't get it, but that's just what I'm asking. Like, how does the money go from your account to their account? Like, is it there? Because if I can't go get it on the ATM
or ETFs, the transfers through the treasury.
Yes, Modern Mechanics is actually the first book I ever read to actually learn banking. So Modern Mechanics is one of the first books. When I go into a law or go up against the courts, I always bring Modern Mechanics. Listen,
I think what I'm kind of asking is,
you gotta understand that everything in your life is about banking. Okay, it's about give and take. Okay, your bank's going to give to you to give to them, and then you're going to take back, because all money comes back to source.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out, like, how is the money available in your account to transfer to their account?
Because of your social security number and your birth certificate.
But if I write somebody a check, and maybe I'm looking at it too basic, but like, how, if I say I write $100,000 instrument to myself or insurance bond, right? I hit somebody, I have to pay them $50,000. So the $50,000, I can't draw it out on the ATM, but I can send it to them.
Because then you're in honor of contraband.
But it's not contraband if I send it to them through a check.
Do you not understand that Federal Reserve notes is fraud?
No, that's not my question. I'm saying if I can only write them a check from my account to their account for $50,000, and then that's okay, and they'll be able to cash it, and it's there, everything goes smooth.
It's an honor movement. It's honor and trust.
Let me try to explain this a little bit better.
Your birth certificate.
Whenever you're using fiat currency, so the banknotes that we receive now, they are not currency. These right here, so this dollar bill right here, you can't really see it, but it actually says this note is a legal tender at its face value for all debts, public and private. Go pull out a dollar bill out of your wallet. It does not say that. So it is illegal to be possessing and transacting with that fiat currency because it's not real. And what she means by silver, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Sloan, is this.
It's lawful money.
Pre-1933, half silver dollars.
It's lawful money.
Right.
It's way worth more in your hand than what they say.
Oh, yeah.
And when you do a silver certificate in your bank account, you would times that probably by 100 times.
Yeah. And that's why I've been telling people to fund your trust through the Postal Service with these sorts of currency because they're legal tender. They are actual, they hold way more value than what we realize. I've been collecting silk. So these $2 bills right here, these aren't, but I have silver certificate dollars. So they actually say at the top, silver certificate.
Okay.
I've got.
You gotta understand, you are already a wealth of money. Okay, all you're gonna do is reclaim it. Okay, from the people that have been taking from you. So what you're gonna do is learn to come out of the minor into the major and handle your own business that these third parties said you are too stupid to know what the fuck you're doing. So what you're going to do is say, I know what I'm doing here. I have my own insurance and you are my trustee. I'm telling you to pay this person $50,000 because I wrecked him and you're going to do it. And it's going to come out of the trust that your mother signed when she signed you over to the state, which caused a trust, which makes the world go fucking around.
I think I understand that part of it. And I'm just trying to put the other piece together where, like, say if I hit you and then I wrote you a $50,000 check from my trust account. Are you able to take that to the bank and then it pops up in your bank and I don't have anything to do with it? And like that, how does that work if it's not available? Like if I can't go get it out of the ATM or touch it, how is that available?
They can take it out of the ATM. Then they are committing fraud. That's fine.
I don't want to get any. If I hit somebody, I don't want to. I don't want to cause anybody else any damage. But how can I get them the money from my process to where they're not damaged and they can go in like a regular transaction?
Here's the 3 rules. You have a trust. You have an account. Okay. You sign over a check out of your account, your trust. They can go take money out. You cannot. That's the rule.
Okay, that's what I was worried about. If it's not available in my account, because I don't have $50,000. Just being honest.
Sure you do.
Just like a
Absolutely
send off.
you do.
But if I can set something up
to having that, you are not educated enough to know that you actually can claim that.
Yeah, that part right there, I got some reading to do or some more studying, but I don't see if it's not available on my account. If when I write them a check,
you're worth billions of dollars and you don't even fucking know it.
I get that part of it, but I'm just saying, like, to actively make it. I get the theory and I understand, like, I did that part of the reading.
I'm not being rude.
But now it's time to, like, I want to actually use it. So I don't understand, like, if it's not available on my account, if I write you a check, like, it'll say available on the ATM sheet. And if I write you a check and it's not in my account, then is it going to bounce on their end? Like, who's covering that if it's not in my account? That's the part that I'm having trouble with.
Here's what I think, Tobias, that you're coming from a mindset of a lower vibration, okay? So you're still in the mindset that we have no money. You need to realize that the money has always been there. You just have not been educated enough to realize that you actually have the fucking money.
No, I understand that part, but I'm worried about if I damage somebody else, because I want to be in good standing with my brother or my sister. Like, how do I get them the money, me understanding this without them being damaged or a check bouncing or anything like that? If you know what I mean, that part of it.
I explained that to you, I thought. You're not saying anything. All you have to do is make sure you know who you are. Set yourself up straight and go into the majors.
So here, I'm going to give you a book to go look up.
All the rude comments. You
Guys,
really don't know. I do get frustrated trying to explain to people what rights they have, who they should act like, how can they become king.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you got the floor, Mary. I'm gonna step back. I guess I have to go do a little more studying.
Okay, wait,
but
Tobias. Tobias, don't
just
go
to end it off. That was my question. Like, the money should be available on my account so I can give it to the person I damaged.
Tobias, are you new?
Yeah, I'm new.
Okay, you're new to this process.
To this.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are new, I've been on this journey for 2 years, okay, and I'm deep in it right now. Here's what people don't understand. You know, when people come on lives and stuff to try to explain stuff, if you're really new, truly new, this is a whole process. This is not like it can be explained in an hour or two on live. So my suggestion to you is to get in a place where beginners are having this explained to them. This is they say there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's about 1 million ways for this process. Honestly, people are they're doing it all different ways and coming to the same conclusion. If you get my drift, you know what I mean. So there's not one way to do this, and you cannot explain this in one sitting for sure.
Okay, I'll step down. Well, I don't want to step down, but I can see. Can I mute out and I'll listen? I don't want to waste everybody's time.
No, you're not wasting anybody's time. You know, they're having a live, and you're wanting to be educated, but you're starting at the finish line. You feel me? So
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, so you're at the beginning. I mean, it's rough, and it takes a while. I mean, this is no overnight sign this piece of paper, you're good type of thing. Trust me. Believe that.
Let me put it this way. I've been studying this for 12 years. And it took me a good 8 to finally get to where I wanted to be. And it's not easy. And I'm willing to give people the easy road compared to what I had to go through.
So you got to some success then.
Listen, guys.
Can you tell that for everybody?
I had success, yes.
I would highly recommend.
Tell us about that.
Hold on. I would highly recommend anybody that's in here listen to Sloan. This woman knows what she's doing. She studied under a master, and she is giving us gold right now. So anything that she is telling us, take it, absorb it, and hold on to it.
Go sit.
That's no joke.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to mute it out. I don't know how to mute myself. Stop, my dog's barking. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
He's a puppy. Sit.
Listen, it's not an easy road. And all I want to do is make it easier for everybody else. And it does get frustrating. I do realize that different groups have different levels and different people walk in. And I get frustrated when I hear the new people. I do, because it's redundant to me. It's like me repeating over and over, and I have to catch myself sometimes, and I do apologize to Tobias. but I also see those people that have strived really hard for years, 2, 3, 5, and even 10 years to even try to understand even a third of what I know. You want that card? You want that white card, that black card? Listen, it's not easy. Where did I begin? Somebody asked, where did I begin? I started reading Black's Law Dictionary, and I read money mechanics.
Did you study under Patrick Devine?
I did. I did.
Yeah.
I'm one of his students, and I did the final process with him. And I know a lot of people say about him, but he's still here with us. It's just they make people go away when they need people to go away. And I know my time is limited, so I want to get out as much information as I can to as many people that are willing to listen to carry on my legacy, just like I'm carrying on his.
And we appreciate it so much. Because
Kim Mary talks about the 1099 or the ES. She is correct on the ES. She's also correct on the 1099Bs, and she is also correct on the other form. What's the other form? The Bs. She is correct on that. I see a lot of you people doing correct things that you need to keep up with. Do your bank accounts with the 1099Bs.
Hello.
Do your expenses with the ESs. And start working through your trust. Once you start working through your trust, then you can start to pay yourself. Pay yourself quarterly, pay yourself yearly. It doesn't matter how you pay yourself, but you'll never have to work for anybody fucking else.
And that's part of that fee schedule, right? You're setting up your fees, how much you're going to be paid.
No. Yeah, well, the fee schedule I'm thinking of is contract fee schedule. I realize now that you're talking about a different fee schedule. The fee schedule is your business, yes. There is a fee schedule for the business, but there's also a fee schedule for commerce. Because, say, for instance, police officer pulls you over, you need to have a fee schedule on record to say, hey, you pulled me over, you chose to contract with me, here's my self-executing contract, now you're going to have to pay me.
Now, that fee schedule, will we just file it with, like, the county attorney, or will we, like, how do we get that on record? I guess is my question.
What I did mine with originally was UCC. That's the, like I did with mine with the Florida Secured Registry. So I did it through the UCC, which is commerce. I wanted it out in commerce because guess what I'm dealing with? Commerce. Okay? Most people do it through their county. I don't agree with that. I want it state and national. Because once you go to UCC, it's national. So that's the way I did. But I did my things a lot different than most people, the gurus that you guys hear.
I feel like I'm kind of doing mine a lot differently than a lot of people as well.
Exactly, and that's what I love about you. That's what turned me on about you, was that you actually did what I did, and that's do things differently. Somebody asked, how do we get paid by the trust? You get paid by the trust. You can pay yourself many ways. If you live in the house that your trust owns, you can pay rent, so you pay yourself that way. You can also pay your expenses, and you can pay yourself quarterly to, I'd say, $250,000 a year divided by 4 quarterly, and I do it that way. Because there are certain flags that throw up with the IRS when you go in to claim money. So you want to stay under the radar so that they don't audit you.
Yeah, because I've heard if you go over that certain amount, you're going to have them at your door pretty much.
Correct. And you don't want to audit them, but you can break it up into different categories. So, you
How do
know,
you know if
I
you go
pay
over?
rent, but you have to have that contract set in place.
Gotcha. And I've been
Write up a contract between you and your straw man. That's it.
see right now I've got a couple books right here in front of me. Like I've got Modern American Remedies, which actually goes over fee schedules and how you would basically what you would be asking for.
What was that book?
It's Modern American Remedies.
Okay.
So I have a ton of law books.
That's
I've-
awesome. I do
Yeah.
too.
I have property. I have
The best law book that you could have is Black's Law Dictionary, Volume 4, if you find yourself in court. And
Yep.
6. 6 is a good one.
I've got 6.
Yeah, 6 is a good one. I use 6 a lot in court when I fight foreclosures for people.
And then I've got several different sets of encyclopedias. But here's the 6, y'all.
And that's the Bible for the judges. That's the Bible right there.
They have these, and every judge has one of these. And you wouldn't believe what these words mean. That, you know, we've been walking around our whole lives thinking we know what we're saying, but we have no clue what they're...
You don't. Words matter. And, you know, I have a Telegram group where I teach people, and I tell them all the time, words matter. And one of the things I do is I put up a word, and they think they know what it means, and I put up a definition. It blows their fucking mind. And I'm like, that's what you're up against. When I walk into a courtroom, I have Black's Law Dictionary in my left hand and the Bible in my right hand, and I go, Your Honor, what law are we under today? It doesn't matter if it's 4 or 6. I'm asking exactly what she said.
I understand. Gotcha.
Yeah, because see, there's different laws that they could be operating under, but they don't tell us, and they won't tell you. Even if you walk in there just like she did, they're not going to tell you.
If you're ever in a courtroom, and a judge walks out of the room for like 5 minutes and walks back in and she's in a white robe, you know you just called in equity.
So the white robe is equity?
Yep, the white robe, you brought the court into equity. She has to walk out, change her robe and her hat, and walk back in equity. The court is now in equity, and you already won the case.
Wow. Now, would a bill of particulars per se, if done the proper way, would that pull you into equity?
You're asking for equity when that happens. Okay? She's not going to automatically do it. You have to request it.
Okay. And that works for even like child support and stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely. You can pull equity into any court that you want. And the minute she walks out, you wait for her to walk back in. She's going to walk back in equity. And she's going to give you equity. She has to. She works for you. She's the trustee. She's only an administrator. That's it.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Well, hi, my name is Crystal, and I do have a revocable trust. I am set up with a 9(8) number. Now my question is, going from there to, I know you could do the 1040 ES forms and pay yourself to the trust and the 1040V. I understand that process, but what I'm not connecting the dots with is how to continue to, how Sloan was explaining, about paying somebody. I know you can't physically take that money into like fiat currency because then you're committing the fraud. But how to create your generational wealth once you have that part set up.
You mean the trust?
Yeah, like how do you fund your? Yeah, there you go. Like how would you fund your trust? I know the money is there, the credits are there, it's unlimited. I understand all of that, but how do you actually like pull it and utilize it? I guess that's where I feel I'm stuck at.
Okay, well, you're pulling in the bonds. Everybody's got a bond and a security on them.
Okay.
You're sold as security and collateral. Your children are sold as security and collateral. So you're going to pull on those bonds.
Okay.
And that's going to create that wealth for generations to come.
Okay.
So how you do it is once you get through the process of doing your last 3 years and realizing how to handle your own business as far as taxes, the IRS will start to sing you certain forms.
Okay.
These forms will not have a date on them, like you had to do 2021, 2022, 2023. They're going to sing you forms that have no date. You're actually going to put in the date.
Okay.
So you're going to start to draw everything that you've ever been through. Say you're, I don't know, 40 years old and you got arrested when you were 20.
Okay.
So you're going to be able to go back in and pull that bond forward.
Okay.
By these forms at the IRS. You have to break through that window with the IRS.
Okay.
So we're going to test you with 3 years.
Okay.
Once you break through that 3 years and they know you know your business, so you're going to be able to pull everything forward. You're going to be able to do it for your children.
Okay.
And you're going to be able to set them up, teach them how to handle business and move forward. I think there was another question in there that I wanted to answer, but I kind of got off track with my answer on that one.
Well, I do appreciate that. I put my whole family under trust, including my children, and I am teaching them as of now. There are, 10, 12, and 14, and they're kind of shocked, and they're, learning a whole new process, don't really understand government information, but I'm trying to teach them so they are not going through the struggles.
Learn for yourself. Don't try to teach them anything now. You already got them under lock and key. Take care of it for yourself first.
Okay.
Get yourself set up, and then by the time they turn 18, you already know. You already got it in the bag, and those kids will not want for nothing. They will have everything they need in life and total freedom. Don't worry about them.
Okay.
Worry about getting yourself straight, learning.
Okay.
As long as you have them in the trust, that's all that fucking matters. Honestly.
Now, does having them as beneficiary, does that count? Is that considered?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you want because they're beneficiary. They are already sole owners. You've got so much time to teach them. Don't worry about teaching them right now. Get yourself straight. Get your money back because you're the grantor of the trust. Okay?
Right.
So you have all control over the money until they turn 18. Actually, it's 25. 25 is yep. Okay. 25 is the age that the trust we'll move things over to them. So you got till they're 25 to move, learn, and get all your situation in place.
Understand.
And then they can learn, you can teach them in their later years when they actually have their head on straight,
Yeah.
and start to move in a good direction. And you can set them up, because what you're going to do is eventually you'll break off trust for them in their name under their social security number.
Understand. Okay, so mainly just focus, and then, like I said, I'm still really trying to, like you gave me this information is valid. I'm going to go do some more homework on it, just so I know for 100% I understand it, and I appreciate all the information you're giving everybody.
That's the most
very
important
valuable.
part.
The most important thing is do your own research.
You cannot do it for your
Yes.
kids until you're 100%.
Understand. Yeah, and I do homeschool my children as well, so I'm here 24/7. And so, like, when I know that you could pay yourself, I feel that I do everything. I run this house.
Absolutely.
Everybody's trust.
Right. Listen, how many kids you got?
I got 4.
All right, you got 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's $1 million that you could be paying yourself right now out of your trust.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Per year.
That could have helped me so much a year ago when my grandma was sick and I was taking care of 3 disabled grandparents. That would have helped. The more we know.
I can pay myself per kid for each trust.
It's $250,000 per kid.
Per kid.
Per year.
So would I feel that, like, so
you would do a 1099B.
Say that again?
You would do a 1099B on the trust.
Okay, on the trust.
Yep.
Okay.
And you would do it for teaching expenses.
TT. I'm going to go and look everything up, and I'll proceed from there, but I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming up.
No, thank you for inviting.
What is the best way to get silver, whether it's silver dollars, certificates?
Auctions. I'd be a fool to tell everybody where I get mine.
Okay.
But no, seriously, there's online auctions. You can just Google, because there are so many different places you can go to. And also, here's a great thing that people don't know. You can go into the bank. A lot of times, I'll call them first, but they have half dollars and dollars, like the silver. However, you need the pre-1933. Right. Well, you can get newer ones, but they went from 99.999% silver to either 60 or something, and then it was down to 40. And now they don't contain any silver; they're copper. So,
copper. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
The date matters, but you can find them. You can go just buy a whole roll of them. Me and my husband, we went and bought. I think it was $100 worth of half dollars the other day, and we got some centennial ones and different ones that did have silver in them. So you can get lucky doing it that way, or you can just get them at an auction.
Okay, awesome.
They also sell silver bars, silver coins at pawn shops.
Mm-hmm. But you're paying for that.
Well, you are, in the sense that you're probably paying about $10 more an ounce than what is shown on what the price of silver is, which we know is completely depreciated.
Oh, yeah. But this is what they'll look like. This is one of them. I don't know if y'all can see that very well. Let me see if I can get a darker background.
Oh, nice.
And then
Very cool.
and then also I think I just showed you guys like the $2 bills. And I'm not sure exactly where my husband put the others up, but we have the dollar bills that say silver certificate or whatever on the tops of them. And you know, my grandmother, she just passed away back in October, and my dad just this week went over to clean out her house, and when he came back, he's like, "You'll never believe what Grandma Linda had stashed." And I'm like, "What?" He said, "A stack of death certificates and boxes of coins." I'm like, and she used to work for a courthouse. So I'm like, she was probably under an NDA and couldn't do anything, but she knew who her granddaughter was. So one day, she's like, all right, one day they'll find this and they'll know what to do with it. Or she'll know what to do with it, meaning me. Not that I know yet.
You do.
I know that I can do something, and that's all I need is just a little knowing. Huh? I actually have the paperwork for to claim the death certificates, but I don't exactly know how to fill them out yet, so I'm holding on to it. Is somebody not meaning to be unmuted? Hello? You are very loud.
Is it me?
No. There we go.
Sorry, I think it was me.
Are you Eric?
Oh no, I'm not Eric. I'm Crystal. No,
Okay.
it wasn't me.
No, because it stopped when I muted it.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask a question about the bees?
Sure.
Because, okay, so I know with a certain threshold, people are, getting not so much audited, but there's a threshold you don't really want to go over. So I'm wondering, like I did a bee and it's a particular amount. I'm wondering if I should pull that all of it, or if I should just pull a portion and leave some remaining there, like especially on the first go round.
I definitely would, but Sloan's in here, and I would definitely let her have the floor on that.
Okay, so you're talking about your 1040 or 41?
41, yes.
All right. So what I would do, if you're going to move it into your regular bank account, the bank only insures up to, what is it, 250,000 per beneficiary. So if you're doing it under the trust, depending on how many beneficiaries you have under the trust, that's 250 per beneficiary plus you. So that's all that the FDIC will cover. So be cautious of that. I always bring forward more. I do 1 million a year, which is more than my beneficiaries. And I'm willing to take that risk to live off of.
Okay, and it would be, because I know like the 250, the FDIC is on like, like in the normal public side of the bank. But like, if I were to bring it to like the private part of the bank, like wealth management, would you say to do the same thing, or maybe the rules are different over there?
That's what I was just saying. You're dealing with a trust in a bank. The banks are only insured 250,000 in a trust per beneficiary plus you. So it's your discretion. Like I said, I pull 1 million. And that's more than my beneficiaries and me, but I'm willing to take that risk.
Okay. And you just leave the rest where it is and roll it over to the next year, and you can pull it later.
Right. You know,
Okay.
Not most people spend more than $1 million a year.
Shoot, I need a $5 million house. That's not including my yacht.
So it's your discretion. But if you buy that $3 million house, Darcy, you're going to turn it back into credits and you're going to roll it over to the next year.
I want a place out in the woods where I collect my own rainwater. I want to. I'm kind of like a tree hugger type person. I don't want all that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna have internet in my phone and stuff, but I want to live off the land too.
I like you, Darcy. Listen, I have this home I grew up in when I was a little girl. It's a 10-acre private island out in the middle of Gulf of Mexico. I could so see you going there with me and being a tree hugger with me.
I would totally.
I want a tree hug.
I totally. I mean, I'm one of those people. I love going camping. I grew up going camping, four-wheeling, and just being outside in nature.
Me too.
Everything that we need.
Somebody asked, I love it when people ask me questions. I'm sorry, Starseed.
Go ahead.
You hold cash or metals mostly? I hold metals, silver and gold. That's my commodity. And I pay people in silver and gold. I pay them lawfully.
Yeah, my dad, he asked me, he was like, what do you think I should do with this money, these coins and stuff? I said, you keep that. But I said, if you choose to get rid of it, I said, you don't get rid of it for anything other than real property. I said, you either get land, you get gold, silver. But
it's not Anna Marie Island. It's actually called Rick's Island. I grew up there when I was a little girl.
That's my daddy's name, Rick.
Island. Yeah. It's a 10-acre island, and I'm getting ready to buy it.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to buy like a place where a bunch of us can fucking go live outside of the fucking matrix.
Yes, I want to get my land patents because, see, my family, I'm very, 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 not me personally, like, I've been shat on my whole life, but the people that I'm related to is insane. Like, I have my great-grandma, we're the Walton family, like, we've got the Walton family cemetery, all that. And if you know about the Waltons, they're the ones that started Walmart. I'm also related to 31 presidents. I'm also related to Princess Diana. It's insane. It goes deep.
I believe that. You look like her.
It goes.
You're pretty like her.
Oh, thank you. But I've never. I mean,
listen, Jasmine Brown. Have you ever had any remedies using 1099A? 1099A is acquisition or abandonment. Most people get that form confused with what they really should be doing. You got to understand your ABCs. 1099A is acquisition or abandonment. If you're the creditor, and most of these companies put you as the debtor, so you have to go in and correct the form and put you as acquisition, not the debtor. Okay? That's where most people make mistakes. The 1099B is you're going to go in and barter. What you're going to do is put the IRS like watchdogs on these people. You never want to do a 1099C unless you do the acquisition and you're ready to release. Most people make the mistake of doing a 1099C and they're giving up their money to the company that robbed them. I just wanted to answer that question, Starseed. I didn't want to cut you off.
No. I mean, that's really, people are in here to learn this stuff, and I just like to talk about whatever all the time. Like here's something crazy. I broke my jaw in 3 places, and like my jaw was like literally flopping, and I would not shut up. So it's just me. It's just who I am. I like to talk.
Okay, so I have another question regarding that. So let's just say I have several vehicles and I have a home and I've paid for everything in full. Do I just go back and do 1099Bs on all of those?
Correct. So you're
Okay.
going to go back and do it on the people that actually loaned it to you, because they are not telling the IRS that they made that money that you loaned them.
Okay.
So I've heard it's like the song ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. To get your
That's
stuff.
right. But you don't want, most people all these gurus tell people to go do a 1099-C to cancel debt. You don't want to cancel a debt until you actually got the money paid back. Don't do that. Because all you're doing is canceling the debt and you're not getting paid. You're losing all that money. Guess who gets the money? The people you paid.
Makes sense.
And where does the 1099
Can I
OI
do more than 5 million? I don't understand that question, Jasmine. All right. Sorry, Jasmine, I didn't understand that question. But yeah, you definitely want to know your ABCs and know how to use them. If say for instance, acquisition, okay? You want to buy a home. So you're going to fill out a 1099A. You're going to do an acquisition to buy that home. 1099B is to take care of the money to get the credit back. You're going to claim, or you're going to claim on the A. You're going to take the money on the B, and once you have everything, then you're going to cancel it. But you don't want to cancel on everything until you actually get it back. If you're doing, say for instance, your bank account. Say you got, you want to get your shit tickets paid for. Everybody know what shit tickets are? Toilet paper.
Traffic tickets?
Shit tickets. Toilet paper.
Oh, okay.
All right. What you're gonna do is you're gonna fill out an ES for expenses on a corporation, or you're gonna do a miscellaneous.
No.
So
You
what about
understand what I'm saying there? That's gold right there, what I just said. Take your bank account and everything that was debit and credit, what are you going to do with it?
1099B it?
You're going to 1099 ES
Yes.
or miscellaneous.
Or miscellaneous. So
What
when you
about
do
the what was it, 1040, 1041?
1041, all right. Here's where people get confused, and I got confused in the beginning. You're treated as a business, correct? Your all caps name is a business, correct?
Yes.
Here's where it got funky for me. Okay, so let me think straight. Try to explain this. When I first went through this process, it was a hard road to walk. Okay, I got burned a lot. Our all caps name is a business. I turned my business into an LLC through the state of Florida. I then realized I had to offset all my business bills, including utilities, shit tickets, whatever I had to pay for my home. I love saying that. By the way, ship tickets. All right. Whatever my business in my home was written off on the business. You can also, now I know, you can also do it through the trust. But I learned the hard way and did it through the business. Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes
So
so much
when you go fill out that 1099 miscellaneous, you're either going to do it on the business or you're going to do it on the trust, is all I'm saying.
Gotcha.
And make sure you write it correctly.
So make sure that you're doing your 1099 miscellaneous on your trust because it's the longer way around on the
Surveyors.
LLC.
The longer, okay. That's where that was a hard road for me, was the business. I took the business route when it was actually just easy for me to take the trust route and write everything miscellaneous on the trust because it automatically gets paid, where with the business I had to prove.
Gotcha.
Do you do the 1099 B? Do you times that by 10 or no?
Yes, you do. So what
Okay.
you do in the proceeds, say you have a car.
Mm-hmm.
And you paid, I don't know, $40,000 for that car.
Mm-hmm.
So in the proceeds, you're going to put $40,000. In the barter, you're going to times that by 10 and put that number in there. Because you're going to assume, because fractional banking, we're going to go back to money mechanics, and every bank fractionalized 10 times the amount of money. So you're going to 10 times that money.
Wow.
You're going to barter that. The IRS is going to come back with a different number and goes, this is actually what you owe. The IRS is watchdogs. It's like putting Doberman pinchers out on the banks.
Gotcha.
That's what the IRS does.
But you just said fractional. Fractional. The post office, the postal service has fractional currency. And that is also solvent.
What do you mean?
So the post office, their currency, they have what's known as fractional currency. And it's solvent. So backed by gold and silver.
Correct. And that's what I love about you doing the whole postal thing. Power plant fit, thank you. That was a gem that I just said.
Yes.
Most people don't know that the 1099Bs, you put in the barter 10 times the amount. That was a little secret that most don't know.
And is that box 13 that you put that on?
Correct.
Okay.
I actually do mine much more than that, but I'm that kind of person.
Understand.
And if you don't ask for it, they won't give it to you.
Understand
Well,
that.
they will. The IRS will go after them because they're going to get paid. If you file the 1040, the IRS gets paid a certain amount of money. If you file the 1041, the IRS doesn't get paid. Okay? So keep that in mind moving forward. The IRS is your friend. What you want them to do is be that Doberman pincher that goes after these illegal people. So keep that in mind. So what you're going to want to do is, say for instance, so I have this car for $40,000. I'm going to do 10 times the amount in the barter. Me, I always up it 10 times that amount of the 10 times. And I put it and see what the IRS comes back with. And then I go, what would you like to be paid?
Nice.
Can we just be best friends?
We are, Starkey. We are. I really like you. I like you. You know why I like you is because you actually did shit on your own. You don't ask questions. You fucking do it. And that's what I like. That's why I fell in love with you.
Aw. Yeah, guys,
And
y'all
people
have
like
no
that
idea what a
deserve.
gym.
People like that deserve to know the truth. They deserve a leg up. They deserve to be handed a gift.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Truly.
And yeah, but I have studied, and I'm not done studying. My dad, y'all, works for and I promise you that he has not helped me not one bit during this process. I promise you. He has just deterred me every angle. But he works fair. He works for the post office. And he still can't believe what I've found out. He doesn't believe it. He's like, there's no way. Or he's very tricky. Very tricky.
No, what he is he's caught up in that time. They are like our grandparents, our great grandparents, and our parents were caught up in that time where lies kind of brainwash them. It's our generation that's breaking the veil. Okay,
Yes.
you got to understand that, Starcy.
Oh, I do.
So don't go up against him. All you can do this for yourself, and then you're going to do it for him.
Exactly. Well, he sees it now, though. He's for the first time. He's like, okay, I'm going to listen to you now. Which, I mean, just like you said, I'm going to do it for the people that I love. Anyways, I want to help everybody.
Right.
Because here's the thing.
Yourself first.
Oh yeah.
You don't listen. The biggest mistake I made when I first started doing this was I wanted to do it for my parents, my kids, everybody. And you know what happened? I failed. And then God said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Clearly, I'm doing this for myself." And that's when stuff started to happen.
I feel like your mindset has a whole bunch to do with getting to remedy. I do. Like, if you're, like you said, if you're doing it for yourself,